Everyone, Lucas here, and today we are going to go over the Hockey News' yearbook, what they expect the Florida Panthers to do during the 2018-19 season. I'm going into this blind. I've not read this over, so you're going to get my live reaction to how they predict we are going to do. And usually what they do, the Hockey News, is they'll have local beat writers or whatnot do the preview. Last few years it was George Richards. This time it is Erin Brown. She does cover the Florida Panthers down in South Florida. She puts up some really good stuff, so I definitely would go ahead and give her a follow on Twitter if you want to keep up on everything Florida Panthers. So here we go. Florida Panthers, fourth. They predict us to finish fourth in the Atlantic, which I could definitely see us doing. Stanley Cup odds 33-1. So here we got a little short synopsis by Aaron. With the postseason back in view, the Panthers are relying on stability to get there. Florida's fall from division champ to lottery team to 2016-17 was addressed swiftly. We all know that debacle. Coach GM Tom Rowe was booted upstairs. Dale Talon returned to the helm as GM. Bob Buchner made his coaching debut, and the club enjoyed a 15-point rebound but missed the playoff by a point, which is, I believe, is like either tied or missing by a point. We've done it like 5 times in our franchise's history, which is crazy. Florida's NHL best 25 wins in its final 35 games couldn't quite make up for the slower start. The Panthers have 15 players signed through the next 2 seasons, giving their roster clarity in the near term. The only significant loss is Raymond Vivada, who retired in April. Florida made a splash by trading for Mike Hoffman, who was exiled from Ottawa for allegations surrounding his fiance's alleged online abuse of Erik Karlsson's wife. The acquisition carries risk, but Dale Talon couldn't pass on adding a potential 60-point sniper. And I think that whole thing is behind him, Hoffman, so we can get past that and look what he can produce for the Panthers. 60 points definitely is huge. We can definitely add that 60 points onto the lineup. So with the depth chart, I will go ahead and do a quick zoom in on that. That is what the Hockey News says is our depth chart for the season. Definitely Jonathan Huberdeau, top left winger. Mike Hoffman, 2. Jamie McGinn, number 3. But again, he's out now for the rest of the year with back surgery. Frank Vetrano, then Maxman. Then for center, we got Barkov, Trocheck, Bogosian, Borgstrom, who's still on the lineup as of right now. As we know, big news, Tippett going back to his, I believe, OHL team, which I'm kind of bummed about. I wish he could have, contract-wise, I know he has to go back there, but it would have been nice to see him go back to the AHL so that he could spend time playing with some NHLers against other NHLers and get that more of an experience so they can definitely make the splash into the NHL. Then Jamie McGinn, and then obviously Derek McKenzie's the least qualified depth for the center. For right wingers, we got Dadonov, Bukestad, Sevier, Mulligan, and then Tippin at number 5. For defense, we've got Ekblad, Yandel, Matheson, Pesek, Kesvik, I'm mostly pronounced that wrong, Weidner, McCaution, Petrovic, Malashro, and I don't even know. And then obviously goaltending, we have Luongo, Reimer, and Hutchinson. And Hutchinson clearly is going to be riding at the AHL level, seeing we got Reimer and Luongo. So here we go with the offense. Hoffman should be good for at least 20 goals and 50 points as the club's number 2 left winger behind Jonathan Huberdeau. Obviously, definitely projecting Hoffman to be on that second line, if not the first line. Because the way I'm looking at it, the top line is probably going to be, I'm going to go more in depth too on this. Probably going to make a video probably Sunday, maybe Monday, going over what I think the lines will be for the Florida Panthers. But as of right now, what I'm thinking is going to be Barkov, Dadnoff, and then Bukestad, as that line did phenomenal at the second half of the season. Then Huberdeau will be on the second line. You'll have Trocheck, probably Hoffman, and then the Huberdeau on there. Again, we'll have to see what the juggling around is that they do for that. But with Florida's reluctance in separating the 2013 caliber winner from pivoted Vincent Trocheck, Pentel and Hoffman, along with top-line playmaker Alexander Barkov. Again, I don't see that happening. Again, I think they're going to that nucleus that we had at the end of the year with Barkov, Bukestad, and Dadnoff that really flew. So I think that's what they're going to do. The Panthers are confident Hoffman won't bring along any baggage from Ottawa, but if he does, Florida's front office has never shied away from unpopular deal to keep the team's chemistry in order. And that's the big thing with Bugner and this ownership group and with Dallin is that chemistry, keeping that chemistry going for the Cats. Competition on the third line is tight, especially since Bugner likes having a dedicated checking unit. McGinn, McCann, and Vatrano will have to contend with youngsters Madman, Borgstrom, and Tippin for that time. Again, Tippin will make it now, as we know, so that alleviates that. So Vatrano definitely, I think, will definitely make the opening lineup for the Cats. Probably be on the fourth line, if anything. Defense: the entire defensive core returns through the top four of Aaron Ekblad, Keith Yandel, Mike Pesic, and Michael Matheson shouldn't have to handle as great of a workload with the acquisition of KHL All-Star Kalzak. I'm so pronouncing that wrong. The 28 shutdown defenseman led SKA Moscow in ice time. He gives the offensive-minded Panthers more freedom at even strength. The addition creates competition on the third pair with Gosh, Petrovic, and Wigner in the mix. Cutting down the giveaways will be key for the Panthers, who led the league with 1,076. Yandel, Ekblad, and Matheson all placed among the league's top 10. Obviously, we know all that about Yandel. Big amounts of giveaways, and they definitely have to reduce that if they're going to, improve over next year. That's definitely a key, is the giveaways, because you give away the puck, especially if you are in the defensive zone. You give it away, that can easily lead to a goal for the opposition. Goaltending: Roberto Longmire and James Reimer will share duties. Considering the Panthers face a league-high 17 sets of back-to-back games, Reimer's role will once again be critical. He made a career-high 42 starts last season. Longmire hasn't started more than 40 games in either of the past two campaigns. New addition Mike Hoffman, 100-plus games of NHL experience, make him a solid fit as Florida's number 3. And the way I look at it is, with the time spent, I think Longo is probably going to be in the 40 game range. About 40 games for Roberto Longo. No more than 50. If we have that, Longo can stay healthy. Again, when he only played last year, that month, he was stellar for us. He really led us in that second half of the season. Special teams, that is where it's going to be crucial for us. We were down at the bottom last year for special teams. That really hurt us, especially beginning of the season. That caused us sluggish. Over their final 35 games, the Florida Panthers power play and penalty kill ranked in the top third of the league. Exactly. We did great. That's what propelled our run in the second half, was the power play and the penalty kill. What happened in the first half of the season? It was horrible. And that's what led to our poor start. Hoffman was the go-to gun on Ottawa's power play. registering more than double the number of shots of his next closest teammate. He's as dangerous as Trocheck. The question is whether the Panthers will opt to overwhelm oppositions with the two snipers on the top unit or spread things around. Kelchek, meanwhile, fills the need for a penalty-killing specialist on the back end. Vaz Bugner, again, as deadly as having Hoffman and Trocheck on that top power play line, I would split them up, because that gives you that additional edge on the power play that could absolutely make our power play deadly. Intangibles. Last season, the Panthers were the only squad vying for a playoff spot without a cup winner on the roster. Only 5 players boasted double digits in postseason games, and only 2, Longo and Hoffman, have gone past the second round. With no room on the roster for significant veteran addition, Florida's young core will have to figure out on its own how to develop a September to June mentality. That's the thing, because we haven't made the playoffs forever. Only made it since 2013. We are only 2-4 in the playoffs, and that was the one. The record should be more than that because we did make it in 2015. So definitely an error on the Hockey News' part, because we went in 2015. We played against the Devils. We know how that one ended. Rookies, first round picks, Borgstrom and Tippett made their NHL debuts last year and will contend for spots. Borgstrom may have an edge based on age and experience. Tippett impressed by showing up to development camp in better shape than last year. Duskano, Florida's top pick in 2018, is at least 2 years from turning pro. X Factor, Florida finally saw what a healthy Barkov can do, and there's a belief it didn't represent the 23-year-old's ceiling. He averaged the second highest ice time among NHL forwards and set career highs in assists and points, vaulting into the company of the league's best two-way players. And only guarantee you, Barkov has to continue to rise. I'd say Barkov's got another 3-4 years to absolutely continue to rise up. And then, he'll be at that level where he could honestly average 80 points, if not 90 points a year, well into his 30s. So, he's only getting better. And he was dominant last year. The Brass. Running the path in one season earned Talon and Bugner a little breathing room. Florida cannot afford to upend its front office leadership a season after the removal of Rowe, so don't expect to shake up the club struggles early. And I don't think they will either. I think this ownership group definitely learned that that's not the way to go, especially if, again, it's still, if we struggle at the beginning, don't need to blow everything up. It'll get there. But I just don't see this team having that slow start that we had last year. The season, we begin against Tampa. First month, Tampa, Columbus, Vancouver. Tampa, Columbus are obviously going to be the tough games. Then we got Vancouver, Philly, Washington's going to be a tough one. They get Detroit, Rangers, Islanders, Jersey. Then the 2 games against Winnipeg to begin November, which I think are going to be the toughest set of stretch of games that we have. But we don't have that too difficult of a schedule. We just can't let the beginning sluggishness of the start of the season get to us. We have to come out of the gate flying, get that good start. We can't start the season off our first 20 games, we can't be under 500. We have to be at least 5 games over 500 to have that good energy going for the rest of the year. So that's my thoughts on the Hockey News' predictions for our season. They predict us to finish 4th. They predict us to actually face off against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round, obviously losing in the first round to them, as they're going to be eventual Stanley Cup finalists. And they predicted Winnipeg to actually win it. That's why, again, Winnipeg has continued to improve. They did really well last year, going all the way to the conference finals in the West before losing to the Vegas Knights. So, what did you guys think about my preview of the Hockey News is preview for us? If you give me your comments down below, and if you like this video, give it that big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hit 800 subscribers before the season starts. I know it's a tall task. I'm about 25 away, but again, share these videos, share this channel to other Florida Panther fans. Let the word know out there that there is a die-hard Florida Panthers fan since '93, since the inception of this team, that lives in Boston, that lives and breathes and gets abused for being a Panthers fan up here in Boston, has a channel, and let them know all about the Rats on the Ice channel. And I will be back again. Probably, like I said, I've got a couple of videos planned before I head to Tampa Bay next week for the season opener. I want to do what I think the lines are going to be for the Panthers starting season, and then I want to go over what my picks are from the worst to the best Florida Panthers seasons of all time. So all 24 seasons, I'll go through, give my synopsis of which ones I think is the worst, all the way to the best. So look forward to that. Hopefully have that out before the trip down to Tampa. So again, thanks for everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.